Greetings, Judah. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, I'm sure many of you probably have heard that the United States took the liberty last night to murder and kill innocent people in Syria. Of course, they claimed it was a defensive measure. And what does that mean? Well, they didn't really do anything to us, but we just want to make sure we send them a message just in case they think about doing something to us. And I bring this message forward, not so much that I care about what this heathen government or these heathen governments of the world will do, because Yah has already forewarned us that wickedness is inside of them, that they speak these smooth words. He said their words were smooth as butter, but war were in their hearts. And I share this with you, Judah, because many of you, as we've talked about before, got behind this Joe Biden man. And you were seduced into supporting him by having the media and all these other cabals, these wicked organizations, elevate Donald Trump's ignorance, his natural wicked behavior, because he is Esau. That's how Esau acts. But they were able to seduce many of our people into seeing him as other than what he actually was. Because see, if our eyes were truly open, if our ears were truly open, nothing Donald Trump said or even would have done would have been so appalling to us that we had to overreact and support an enemy of an enemy. Because we would have already understood, what do you expect from, a heathen? Yah titled them heathens for a reason, my brothers and sisters. It means that there is nothing good inside of them. I mean, what did Yeshua confront, their religious leaders in his day? How did he confront them? When they came to him questioning him, well, who are you? Who gave you the authority to be out here speaking amongst the people? Who appointed you as the leader of the people? I know we didn't. See, that's the religious church. If you're not ordained, or you're not selected, or you're not given permission, don't talk to the masses. Don't talk to the people. You all heard that before. It happens today, but it happened in Yeshua's day too. And what was Yeshua's response to them? He said, you know what he said to them? Don't tell me anything about, our history. Don't tell me anything about our beliefs. Because you guys are nothing but a bunch of liars. Bastards is what he actually called them. John 8:44-45. Go read it for yourself. He said bastards, by the way. Well, he didn't say it, they said. He said that this self-righteousness, the self-righteous behavior that you have, like Biden giving permission to go slaughter innocent people. See, that's a self-righteous behavior. When you say, I'm just going to kill you, just in case I think you think, or you're thinking about doing something to me. Now, that's pretty damn wicked. I think you all would have to agree. But we allowed them, and I'm talking about two things at one time, so I'm not off track. Trust me, just follow along. You can do it. You can do it. You can walk and chew gum at the same time, as they say. So you got these men coming to Yeshua, questioning him, and so Yeshua stops to say, well, wait a minute. Who gives you the right to be asking me anything? Who the hell are you? See, that's one of our problems. When they came to us, started telling us about, y'all guys have to go support somebody. You can't support Trump because Trump don't care nothing about you guys. We should have asked him, well, who in the hell are you to tell us what to think? So that's the problem with us. We're like sheep. We're so easily led astray, so many of us. Why? Because we love the ways of the heathen. After all, we practice their pagan holidays, their religion, their cultures. We lust after the same thing they lust after. We value the same thing that they value. That's why our families are destroyed. You see, they value the things of this world. We're supposed to be valuing the things of Yah. So we imitate them, and then we get destroyed by them. That's why all of our people need to understand clearly who these people are, because Yeshua told them. Look what he told them when they started questioning him. He said, first of all, you're not Abraham's seed. Because that's what they say. No, we got the same, we're the same people. We believe the same thing. You just, you see it your way and I see it my way. But it's still the same thing. Everybody has a right to approach, I'm going to use the little e, Elohim, the way that they want to preach. It's all the same, though. It's all the same. We be Abraham's seed too. So that's what these lying devils come to many of our people. Especially our people who are growing in the faith, growing in the truth, growing into the knowledge that we are the people of the book. We are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, right here in America. So what Satan will do, he sends his agents out, as he did in Yeshua's day. They're religious ones. And they come and say, well, it's all the same. It doesn't matter. You're missing the greater part. You know what Yeshua said? You're not Abraham's seed. And they complain, what do you mean we're not Abraham's seed? If we're not Abraham's seed, we'd be bastards. He said, well, I don't know if you're a bastard or not, but I know one damn thing. You are not Abraham's seed. Because if you were Abraham's seed, then you would follow the text. You would follow the scriptures, laws, and commandments of Yah. And not only would you follow them, you would teach and encourage others to follow them. But you don't. What you do is monetize them, manipulate them, look for any kind of way to make $1 off of them. This is what he told them. Go read it. John chapter 8. And start reading about verse 40. And then you'll get, the farther you go down in there, you'll come upon this particular interaction between Yeshua, and these heathen religious leaders of our people. You'll see it. You'll see the interaction. You'll experience the conversation. And then hopefully this message will help you connect the dots. And so they confronted, what are you talking about? We're not bastards. We're the same people you are. He said, no, if you were Abraham's seed, then you would do the things that Abraham would have done. Abraham was considered a friend of Yah because Abraham was obedient to the voice of Yah. He said, you don't listen to the voice of Yah, like many of our people are doing right now. Instead of listening and seeking Yah for direction, he said, you are the children of the devil, Satan. And the things of Satan, that's what you're going to do. Whatever Satan tells you to do, that's exactly what you're going to do. And of course, they got all pissy and shitty about it. And then they went behind his back and started conspiring to have the man killed. That's where it really began. Right there when he confronted them right there and he exposed them for who they were. From that moment forward, they were plotting to have the man killed. See, when you speak forth that truth, my brothers and sisters, there's going to be a consequence. And you need to be ready for it. And if you become cowardly or afraid or intimidated, well, I'm going to be quiet. I ain't going to say too much because I don't want to cause any problems. Well, that's called fearful. And we talked about this before, my sisters and my brothers. Go read Revelation chapter 21, start at verse 8. You're going to learn something, all right, what fear would bring to you. But again, I'm not going to digress there. Let's stay within the context of this message. So we were trained, many of us, through our eye gate and our ear gate. Oh, Donald Trump is the worst thing that ever came into existence. Like we don't know the ways of all the heathens who were here, not only before Donald Trump, but who are coexisting right now today with Donald Trump. I mean, hell, we saw one of them put his knee on a man's neck, George Floyd, and murder him in plain sight. And if that wasn't appalling enough, we have seen them shoot down Breonna Taylor, a woman in her own home with her man, just watching movies, and they bust in the woman's door and shoot her dead. I want to say Antiala Jefferson, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't pronounce her first name very well. I think it's Atiana Jefferson, looking out her window and pretty much blow her brains out just for looking out her window, looking to see who's in her yard. And yet Donald Trump became the biggest monster. That's a lie with no truth connected to it. And then what they did, like the snake does, he slid Joe Biden right in there. And then you hear Joe Biden coming to everybody 2 months ago, right? Almost, but really about a month ago. We need to have unity around the world. We need to restore our reputation around the world. We need to let everybody know America is back. And many of you idiots out there, many, not everybody, Yeah, you see, I told you. See, this man is a righteous man. See, Donald Trump was a divider. This man is a connector. Donald Trump was a divider. This man is a uniter. And what did he do? When he said, I'm going to go out there and we're going to let everybody know America is back and that then we're going to right all these wrongs, committed murder. Committed murder. Slaughtered innocent people in another country, claiming that they didn't harm us. We just need to, kind of send them a message that, we're back here. We're back. That's the cleverness of the tongue of the wicked. That's why Yah said you need to know. You said you need to not only vet them. He said you need to know the truth. That's why he says study to show yourself approved. See, because if you just listen to what the words of these devils, you are going to be deceived. In the book of Genesis, I want to say it's chapter 3. It says that Satan was the most subtle of all the creatures Yah had made. The most subtle. And if they're the children of the devil, that means they're going to be the most subtle of all the creatures. So if they're the children of Satan, and Yeshua said that they were, he said their father was the devil. He was a liar from the beginning, and he's the father of a lie. These people, they don't lie sometimes. These people lie all the time. You just can't discern the difference because you're caught up in what they're saying and not paying attention to what they're doing, my brothers and sisters. Therefore, Yeshua said, that's why he said to us, you shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears. Wait for the fruit. Don't get caught up in what you see. Measure out what's being done. And if they're the children of the devil, that means they're the children of the lie. But we're so in a hurry to appease them, to show them we're just like them. That's why we got caught up in the whole Obama movement. Oh, we get a black president, then they're going to know that black people can lead just like white people can lead, and therefore we all the same people, and they'll love us. No, what they did was learn to hate you even more. Is that not correct? Oh, you say, well, where you going with that, DFG? Who came after Obama? Who did they put in position or select to come in after Obama? If Obama was supposed to signal to them that everybody is one and it doesn't matter what ethnic groups you are, whether you're a Hebrew or you're an Israelite or you're an Edomite or Amalekite or whatever the hell you are, then why did they bring one of the most divisive guys that was available to supplant Barack Obama? Donald Trump. Because it was their way of telling you, our words again might say one thing, but I can assure you, you will never have a place on this stolen land, Judah. You will never have a place here. And that's what they were saying to us. You guys think that things are going to change, but that'll never happen. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, let's make America great again. What was Obama statement was? What was it? It had something to do with change. I forgot what it was. I didn't give a rat's ass about that devil. So forgive me, my brothers and sisters. I did not drink the poison. I did not take the witch's brew. I didn't drink it. I in my rehook, I understood that this man is a very wicked man. Talking about Obama. And he proved it out. I mean, this guy, at the end of the day, guys, legalized two of the most abominable things that you could ever find in Yah's word. This one man. First, authorizing homosexuality as a legitimate love connection or love relationship, man and woman. The same on an equal level, if not above it. And then authorizing or supporting full-term abortions, killing babies at 8 months in their mama's wombs, 9 months in their mother's womb. All the mom had to say is, I didn't want it, I don't want it, I decided not to have it. If that baby came out prematurely, Obama put legislation in that said that doctor or that, well, I guess I can call him a doctor, is not necessarily calling him out of his name, that witch could slaughter it right there on the table, just let it die. Oh yeah, that's Obama. And I can talk about other things, but that's pure, cold, unadulterated evil. That's Obama. Yet, he came out with this big old pretty slogan. Again, lies, 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 lies. Because that's their nature. And some of you say, well, isn't he a black man? No, he's not a black man. He's a Kenyan. He's a Hamite, and he's an Edomite. His mother is a white woman. Grandparents, white women. This is a white man in a black skin. He's not our friend. Never was. Never pretended to be, by the way. If you notice, whenever he spoke with us, he spoke with vitriol in his voice, chastising us. You had better do. If you want to prove to me you're loyal to me, when I'm out, you better put Hillary in. All that kind of, just really, God, you know what I'm saying? You're like, really, God? But anyway, let's get back, back to Biden. So what did Biden do in his unity statement? He couldn't wait, not even 40 days into his administration, to start the killing again. And yet many of our people got behind this devil. Many of our people supported this devil. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of you guys want to say, well, I'm going to wash my hands with it. I'm going to tell you something. When the die gets cast, ain't no washing of your hands. See, a lot of you guys think you can go out here and do all kind of wicked shit, and all you got to do is say, well, y'all understand, or y'all forgive me, or, I'm just human. I'm not, y'all are going to, there's some things that you are going to be judged for that you are not going to wash your hands clean of, my brothers and sisters. You had better walk circumspectly. In other words, you better be very careful about what you support. When you hear that truth, you better hear that truth. You better hearken to that truth, and you better come out from among it. You had better say, okay, I was wrong. I'm going to get this right. Like that prodigal son, and his ass was down there with the pigs. They say, you know what? I better go back home. I'll be a servant. I'm going to humble myself, and I'm going to take my medicine, but I'm going to go back. I am going to go back and get this right. I'm going to admit I was wrong and go back and get this right. See, we still got that hard-hearted heart, most of us, that wicked mentality that, I can get away with it. Y'all going to understand. You don't know Yah. That's your problem. Many of you. That's why I say share this video, because people need to hear this. If you can't get out there, you're too busy, you're not articulate, you're not, fluent with the word, you're not fluent in, in understanding of the word, share this. This will help. I promise you that. And Yah will credit you for it, by the way. But see, this slickness, this cleverness, this cunning, ness of the enemy has got us believing that we can pretty much say and do anything that we want to do, and Yah is just going to be this effeminate, impotent creator who just say, well, I just want to be loved. I just want to be accepted. No, Yah is going to reject your ass. What did he say? Either you're hot or cold in Revelation. He said, because you're neither hot nor cold, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth. Yah is not a compromiser, my brother and sister. And Yeshua was a perfect example of how you're supposed to interact with the heathens when they come pushing their traditions, their ways, their culture, etc. Again, he forewarned us that these people are liars. And again, you guys were duped. Many of you were duped because you listened, because you love the ways and the things of this world. Biden got it there talking about he was going to give you some wicked, money. Because the money, the wealth that they're drawing that stimulus from, where you think that money is coming from? That's from raping and pillaging the rest of the nations around this world. Where do you think they're getting these resources from? It's damn sure not getting it from here. That's why the military is all over the world. 800 military bases all over the world. Not only protecting the things they stole from these other countries all over the world. Why do you think when they came up with the stimulus money, they had a little money in there for all these countries? Because that's to keep these leaders in these countries quiet. They're paying off the leaders in this country to deceive and to rob their own people. And many of those people over there know it. That's why they call, America the great Satan. They know it. The problem is Judah don't know it. Ass knows its owner, The ox knows his master, but my people don't have a clue on what's happening to them. Why? Because they're so consumed with materialism. They're so consumed with the reputation, status. Like Jesse Jackson said, I am somebody. I may be in jail, but I am somebody. No, nigga, you're a convict. That makes you a nobody. That makes you a statistic. But they lie. And they lie on top of lie. And they get you with their smooth, clever words. How do you think these churches keep getting out people to run into these damn places every single Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever nights or days you're running in there? Because they prop up these devils with slick tongues, smooth tongues. Their words were as smooth as butter. I'm talking about whether it be the T.D. Jakes, the Creflo Dollars of the world. You know, all of them, they're just real slick, real smooth with their words. The Paul Martins, they sing like a bird. Your tears will be wiped away. I know I can't sing, and I don't give a damn about singing a song, but you remember this. He's going to wipe all your tears away. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Then they turn right around and put a Donnie McKirkland and make him a pastor who is a professed homosexual. And many of you right there in his church are watching him and still listening to him. See, that's the cleverness of Satan. That's why Yeshua said, my sheep know my voice, and a strange voice they're not going to follow. See, when you started listening to the media, these wicked, agents of the Democratic Party who got out here and paid off certain people inside of our community and told us, oh, no, you can't, you may not, Biden might not be perfect, but we got to get rid of Trump. He's too evil. You can't. I don't care. Just get rid of Trump. Just get rid of Trump. Just get rid of Trump. And then when Biden got in position, now you're starting to see. Now he's starting to show himself. That subtleness, that cleverness. Now it's starting to be revealed. And now some of you got a bad taste in your mouth. You're disappointed. Some of you still waiting on your stimulus money. You're disappointed. Because you really believe that the enemy that Yah's going to bless, stolen resources from all over the world, that comes back to you in a package. You think Yah's going to bless that money? Let me tell you something, brothers. It's going to be like money being put in bags with holes in it, sisters. If you have not come out from among them, and you are not a servant of Yahuwah, if you're not studying the word, if you're not transitioning your mind and accepting your true identity, if you still can't let it come out of your mouth that you are the Israelite, the people in our book, if you still cannot say that without including the rest of the world, I'm going to tell you something. That money that you have is going to disappear. Just like it, as fast as it came, that's how fast it's going to go. Watch. I'm telling you. Yahshua said you're going to be putting it in bags with holes in it. He said it's going to be like putting new wine in old wine skins. It's just going to burst the bottom of it, and your wine is going to end up on the ground. That's what's going to happen because it's wicked, and it comes from a wicked resource. Now, if your heart is right for Yah, and you have come into your knowledge of who you are, woman of Yah, man of Yah, then Yah said, guess what? The wealth of the wicked is going to be stored up for you. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. See, those of us who have come in our right mind, Yah going to stack us. He's going to stack up our bank using the world. He's going to build us up. What I mean by build us, are we going to become filthy rich in this heathenistic society? Hell no. What I mean by that, all of our needs are going to be supplied. That's what I'm talking about. You'll come right to the deadline on a due date on something, and y'all open up a door, and the resource will be right there for you. But see, those of you who are practicing the occult, what do I mean by the occult? Following the ways of the heathen, you're going to find out that whatever they give you is a snare. It's a trap. And it's just going to pull you closer and closer to them. And the closer you get to them, the farther you get away from Yah. And they're going to use these wicked churches. They're going to use these wicked religions. They're going to use this wicked government. your local government officials, your local, government, physicians. I'm talking about doctors, nurses, caregivers. They're going to use everything that's at their disposal to not only seduce you into making another critical mistake, but they're going to use them to bring forth debt to you, my sisters and brothers. Scripture says the wages of sin is death. When you go against Yah, when you reject the word of Yah, you are in a state of what the book would say. What is the proper word? I guess you're in a state of transgression. You are walking in a state of abominable. You're walking as one who is considered an abomination. And again, let's talk this a little bit more, and then I'm going to get to the word. I'm going to the word, my sisters and my brothers. But tell me something. Why would you not want to embrace the truth? If the book is you, why wouldn't you want to sit down and study and learn of you? What makes you afraid of being an Israelite? What makes you hate being Judah, or one of the 12 tribes? Ask yourself, what makes you hate yourself? Why do you hate yourself so much? Yes, say you love Yah, when Yah said that you were the apple of his eye. You know what that means? You're the brightest point. You're the central point of creation. But you claim to love Yah, but you hate yourself, who's made in the image and the likeness of Yah. Okay, explain yourself. We're listening. Again, explain yourself. We bring forth the truth, your true identity. As Yeshua said in Matthew 15 and 24, I came but for the lost sheep of Israel. But for the lost sheep of Israel. I only came for the lost sheep of Israel. Why don't you take some time and read that for yourself? Why are you still believing a lie? He came to save the whole world and whoever's in the world. No, look, guys, ladies, I'm telling. Why don't you read it for yourself? Because if he's saying that makes him a hypocrite. That makes him a liar. If he came to save the whole world, then Yeshua was a liar. And therefore, please stop following him. He's the devil reincarnated. As we just talked about a moment ago, the father of a lie is going to tell you lies. So if Yeshua told you he came to save the whole world, and at the same time told you he came to save only, but means only, the lost sheep of Israel, then that makes him a liar. But let me tell you something, my sisters and my brothers. Yeshua was not a liar. Jesus, probably a liar. I thought he was a homosexual and a bunch of other things. Murderer, committed incest, murdered his own family members, had sex with his own family members, having sex with men. So yeah, if you're following Jesus, I get you. But if you're a follower of the pathway or the light that Yeshua was opening up so we could find our way back to Yah, then you're going to have to accept his reason for coming here. His reason for coming here was to open your eyes to who you were. Again, I'm going to ask you the question. Why do you hate the fact that when we tell you, my sisters and my brothers, so-called copper color aboriginal people in America, known by the term Negro, African American, etc., why do you hate yourself? Why is it that when we bring you the truth on who you are, you reject that truth? And you know what the really sad part of it, I'm asking you again. You are rejecting this truth so that you can embrace and accept a lie. A lie is that you're nobody, you're a nigger, you're from the bare woods or the jungles of Africa. And you're okay with that. Africa is a continent, not even a country. It's a continent with 52 countries plus. 2,000 dialects, languages there. And there's no African country that identifies itself with the Negro here in America. I'm not saying that some of our people were not over there, but as a nation, well, what about Ghana? What about Ghana? Well, Stevie Wonder is going back to Ghana. Well, good for Stevie Wonder if he wants to go back into the damn country that betrayed our people who were there and sold our asses through the gate of no return. So somehow or another, that dog, isn't that light? I'm not going to call Stevie a dog. I don't know what, Isn't that similar to the dog going back to his own vomit and the pig going back to the mud? If Yah brought us out of there, even if he used the heathens, as Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28 and 64 through 68 tells us, slave ships, don't you know if he brought us out of there that he wouldn't want us to go back there? That sounds just like those who Moses delivered the first out of our first bondage and started complaining in the wilderness saying we were better off in Egypt. So going back to Africa is going back to the damn vomit. Why would any of us in our right mind who love Yah be led back into darkness? We should be thankful and grateful for Yah that he took us out of that, from amongst those heathens. Yes, that they followed us here, another set of heathens. And yes, they put us in bondage again because we couldn't get our minds off of those heathens, the black ones. So when y'all say, okay, well, I guess you love the black heathens, I'm going to give you some white heathens since you just love heathens. And look at us, still supporting these heathens. Why you think Joe Biden got elected by 9 out of 10 of our Israelite sisters and 8 out of 10 of our Israelite brothers, although he had a history of oppressing our people? How did that happen? Because we love darkness. Again, we get deceived in the smooth words and little trinkets. Remember, what is that? I want to say it's a group called Steel Pulse. How many of you guys remember Steel Pulse? They're out there, Google them up. It's a reggae group. And one of their songs, I think it's Babylon the Bandit. He's talking about how wicked Babylonians are, Esau. And he goes on, and inside that song, he said, they tricked us with trinkets and beads, tricked us right into slavery. Our traditions and customs, classic are, put away in hidden museums now. Oh, people, don't you see the plot to take what we got? And the plot is still going on in the term of giving you stimulus, giving you trinkets and beads to trick you right back into government slavery. And you still won't open your eyes. You still won't reject these lies. Come out from among them, says Yah. Be you separate, says Yah. Don't touch the unclean things, paganistic things. They're paganistic foods. They're foods that they sacrifice to idols like rats and pigs and crawfish and shrimp. Bottom feeders. They're wicked celebrations. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, New Year's. Go look at the origins of all these things, and they come right back to wickedness. Deep, deep occultic wickedness where they're serving false Elohims. And all Yah is saying to each and every one of us, open up your eyes. I came that you might see. That you might find your way back to me. And Yeshua was that light that came into our world to get us back in alignment with who we are. Not to spread some filthy lying saying that you can just do anything you want to do and be just like the heathens. We were already just like the heathens. If that's all Yah was expecting from you, it's just to acknowledge, he could have found some other way to do it than sending the Messiah. The Messiah came to warn us that we were on our way to destruction. And we rejected that. We rejected him. And look what happened. Look what happened to our people. Just take the last 500 years up until this very moment. Look what happened to us for rejecting that knowledge. All he was trying to do is forewarn us. And many of us are going to fall farther and farther away. Again, with the trinkets and beads. Just give me a little something and then tell me what to do with the little something you give me. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just give me, if you want me to go get inoculated, I'll do it. You want me to cover up my face to the point where I can only get about 5% of oxygen, I'll do it. You want me to go around spreading your lie about my brother who had cancer, died of COVID, I'll do it. Just whatever you tell me, I'll do it, I'll repeat it. Just give me my trinkets and beads. And let me continue to walk in your vomit. I'll eat your vomit. You just incentivize me. I'll be a good little slave. Because I can assure you, my brothers and sisters, that's how it sounds in the ears of Yah. That's how it sounds in the ears of Yah. And this is happening to us, our people, holistically speaking. Not every one of us. It's because we will not come out of this state of rebellion. We're at a point now where we hate each other, brothers and sisters. That's a pretty serious offense. You know, Yah talked about too. Yeshua was asked. Forgive me every now and then if I say Yah. Yah is the creator. Yeshua is the messenger. Be crystal clear. Yeshua didn't die for my sins. I was saved by the grace of being of the bloodline of Israel, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, I'm just saying. But look at where we are now. Look at, Yeshua he quoted 2 commandments of Yah. He said, they asked him, what was the greatest commandment? And he said, as Deuteronomy, I want to say chapter 6 and 4, love Elohim with all your heart, all your mind, and all your strength. And then he said, love your brother as you love yourself. He used the word neighbor, but neighbor just meant the tribes, your brothers. That's your neighbors. He didn't say love the heathens. He's talking about your neighbors as yourself. And what are we doing? We are hating one another. That's why it's such an abomination, such an atrocity. That's why we're falling farther and farther away. And Yah is going to let these demons, through their cunning devices, through their snares, kill 2/3 of our people. Not because that's what Yah wanted, it's because that's what the people wanted. When they said, we don't want a prophet. They told Samuel. Or like they told Moses, who made you king of us, a prince of us? We want to be like the heathens, give us a king. You know what Yah did? Say, okay, they're not rejecting you, Samuel. They're not rejecting you, Moses. They're rejecting me. So give them what they want. And each time it led to the slaughtering of the people, as it will this time. But for the few that find the way of the path of righteousness by number 1, accepting who you are. Number 2, by practicing the laws, commandments, and statutes to keep us safe. Mind, body, and strength. That's what the laws are there. The law does not open up salvation. You're already saved. It keeps you from death, my sisters and brothers. That's what it's intended for. To keep you from an early demise. So you reject that, you embrace that. See, somebody need to tell you that. And you ain't going to hear it in these filthy ass synagogues and churches and mosques and whatever else, these temples. But you can hear it from channels like this. But Yah, again, what did Yahshua tell the disciples when they asked him what would be the sign of his return and the end of this world? What did he tell them? What did he say? He said, first thing he said, be careful that you be not deceived. That's what he said to them. He said there will be many false Christs and many false prophets, and they will deceive many people. Don't you see that going on around you right now? He said they're going to say, look, Yah is here. Don't believe him. He said, Yah is over here. He said, don't go there. Now, where could you be going? You don't need to go anywhere to find Yah. Yah is wherever you are, if you're his. The sheep don't have to look for the shepherd. The shepherd keeps his eyes on the sheep. So why are you running over there looking for the shepherd when the shepherd is right there watching you the whole time? Oh, because of traditions of men? Because that's what the heathens do. See, the heathens got to offer up sacrifices in their temples. And they need blood sacrifice. They need humans in there. So-called humans, which is us. There's a humankind that's not us. And it draws them in there too. It uses them to attract us into there. And so we just emulate everything that they do. Everything that the heathens do, in other words, we just imitate it. And then we wonder why judgment is so severe against us versus them. See, that's a natural path for them. A pig eating a dead body is a natural thing for the pig. The pig is only going to get stronger and healthier by eating rotten corpses. You eat those same corpses, you're going to die from high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, liver disease. You're going to be blinded by glaucoma, mental illness, and Alzheimer's, etc. for doing the exact same thing that they do. Because you're not them. Although many of us lust and desire to be them. But again, for those of us who are fighting to break away, Yah is going to be there with his hand extended, slow walking you through. But you got to walk. You can't just say, okay, I believe. Okay, what you doing though? If you're saying, well, I'm still going to keep on going, but I believe. No, you're a liar. That's called a hypocrite. That's called double-minded. It's called a wavering mind. That's called an indecisive mind. Yah is not going to bless your indecisiveness, sisters, brothers. He's not going to bless your indecisiveness. Either you're in or you're out. Anything in between is deception. So you need to start now. Come to the truth. Come into the knowledge of the truth. Search the scriptures. Inside of them, you're going to find yourself. What do I mean by the scriptures? Y'all know where I'm going. Search the book. You're going to find yourself in the book. You're here. It is you. If you read some of the stories that are written all throughout these books, you'll be like, that's my Uncle Jesse, and that's my cousin Barbara, and that's my brother, Marcus, and over there, that's Antoine, and over there, that's Kenesha. Looking at their ways from Esther to Esau, not Esau, but Jacob and his rebellion, to Laban and his little shady actions. They're all written in here. You'll see yourself like looking in a mirror, my brothers and my sisters. That's why you know it's you. And of course it goes on to identify you. In many ways, what would prophesy to happen to the people, what the people look like, how the people act, the customs of the people, the love, the natural love for Yah, the people. That's why the enemy wants you so bad. He wants to put that fire out. Religion puts it out. Customs and traditions of this world puts out that fire, puts that light out. You understand what I'm saying? Sin puts out that light. That's why they want you agreeing with them. That's why they want you supporting, abiding in a Kamala Harris and the rest of them. Because they are liars and they know that their salvation depends on your rebellion against Yah. Do you know that, my sisters and brothers? Many times I'm just so tired of this stuff. Well, why don't you come out? Why don't you move out the way so Yah can deal with them? Why don't you separate them? Remember when Moses came out of the mountains, my brothers and sisters, after they found them down there committing all kind of paganistic celebrations and festivals and feasts? What did Moses tell them? All right, all of y'all down there that ain't a part of this, get over there. Right now. If you ain't a part of this, you better come out. You better get over there. And the ones who were righteous, they got over there. The ones who were wicked, they stayed right there. And Moses rained fire down on their asses and destroyed them. That's word. It's in your book. The one you don't want to read. That you claim the white man wrote. Some of you. In your book. To forewarn you. If you practice their ways, you're going to deal with the consequences. Yah is just giving you enough time. Some of you guys. Some of you. He's just giving you just enough time to hear these words and then come out. And for the rest of you, he already knows what you're going to do. He already knows what you're going to do. I remember when I think it was Full Metal Jack, one of the movies say, you can give your ass to Jesus, but he said, you give your heart to Jesus, but your ass belongs to me. Yah said you can give your heart to Baal and these evil demons, these false gods, but your ass belongs to me, to Yah. So he said, go ahead on, do your celebration. But I just want you to understand, I see you. My eyes go all throughout this earth looking and watching. 2 Chronicles 16:9. We read that the other day. So you think Yah don't see? Yah sees everything that's happening here. We are not alone. I'm going to say it again. We are not alone. We are not alone. In righteousness, we're not by ourselves. And in wickedness, neither are we by ourselves. You just have to ask yourself the question, which path do you want to take, and what path do you want your seed to take? The straight and narrow inside the gate, or the broad and wickedness outside the gates, where the dogs and the idolaters and the murderers and the thieves and all those who love it lies, where they are. But you're going to have to decide, my sisters and brothers. So I'm going to close this message, okay? And I want to give it. Go to Psalms 53. Let me share something with you. I want you to think about what we talked about, okay? Just how we're being seduced by the cares and the issues of this world. How the God of this world has placed all these little convenient things out there to continue to pull us into death. How that when the enemy comes, well, we should have the rahuk to discern that they're the enemy. We should be able to see the fruits from that tree. We are still sleeping under these trees of death. In other words, we're still embracing things well before we know what it is that we're embracing. Because we're listening to this. Here's what we're listening to. Psalm 55, I want to start at verse 21. No, 20. He says, and he has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. And he has broken his covenant. So y'all say you seeking peace is unity. You're not going to have it. That's lying words. See, the Bible says, let's unify. Let's get America better. Everybody know America is back in the name of peace. But it's a lie. It's a lie. You saw that. Go ask Syrians. If you know anybody from Syria, make a call. Ask them, who died last night? How many? I'm sure they're probably too busy and crying and devastated to answer your question. Because Mr. Obama and his wicked armies of darkness decided to just sneak attack them and murder them for no reason outside of, well, we just want to send a message to them. As they've always done to us. He goes on, but he has broken his covenant. What's breaking his covenant? They break their words. You cannot believe these people. I don't care what they're saying. Why? Here's why you can't believe them, Judah. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Let me read this to you again. Verse 21. The words of his mouth, the things that they were saying, the slick talkers. Many of you females, y'all know what I'm talking about. How many of these wolves and sheep clothing that come to you with all these smooth words, all these promises, but delivered nothing? They just entrapped you and then made you a worse version of who you were before they came along with the promises that they were going to elevate you. Their words were smoother. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Isn't that something? It's written in the book. His words were softer than all, yet they were drawn by his swords. Does this sound like a coincidence to you? Can you connect the dots? Can now you see? Can you see the atrocities and the abominable things that many of you did when you got into the bed with Biden and Kamala Harris? When you were led astray? You see what you done? As Pilate tried to say, this blood is not on my hand, when he commissioned the Romans to kill Yeshua, to hang him. And he tried to, no blood on my hand. No blood was on Pilate's hand. Because at the end of the day, he became a coward and went along with it. For fear of that they were going to tell Caesar on him and he would lose his position. Many of you did the same thing going for Biden because Trump was the greater evil. That Biden was the lesser two evil. Now, everything that Biden has done, guess what? Just like Pilate, you can't get that blood off your hands. So you might want to start repenting. You might want to let that be the last time you are seduced and following the ways of these heathens. But if your heart is not right and your mind is not open to the truth, you can't accept yourself being the apple of Yah's eye, then you're going to keep on doing it. You're going to be just like the pig that keeps going back to the mud and the dog that constantly returns back and eats its own vomit. You'll never know, ever knowing, but never having the ability to act upon the knowledge of what you knew. You're just going to keep going back and ignorantly practicing this wickedness at your own peril, to your own peril. What does peril mean? For some of you guys, what does peril mean? To your own destruction. Now that's what I got for you today. Praise Yah. Again, you know how to rahukli. I thought I was going to take you one place. Yah said, no, you're going this place. And I'm good with it. Question, are you good with it? Yeshua said, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart, as they did when they were in the wilderness, when they were in transgression. Will you be in transgression, my brothers and sisters, by taking this message and doing away with it and just going on to your next little thing that you already had planned today, regardless of how wicked it might have been or how far it is away from the truth of Yah? Or will you stop and reflect, re-look at this video, start asking yourself tough questions, start going before Yah, asking Yah to create in you a clean heart, so you stop taking the trinkets and beads? It's still Paul saying of no other purpose. They were forewarning, telling you they're going to trick you, but they're stimulus to get you to do things that are abomination that's going to kill you. But unfortunately, again, I guess I'll end this way. The ass, a very dumb animal, knows its master. The oxen, another very dumb animal, knows his owner. Israel, the apple of Yah's eye, has no clue of who owns them. At least most of us don't. But for those of you who do, Yah bless you. Yah protect you. Yah shine his rahuk all around you. May Yah give you peace. May Yah give you mercy. May Yah give you grace. May Yah's light guide your path. And equally, may Yah bring you peace. Talk to you later, guys. DFG. Oh, by the way, don't forget about Saturday, Enoch. Okay, that's tomorrow. All right, brothers. Talk to you soon, sisters. Bye now.